I want to talk to you today about some of the pain that you're going to endure once you get to a certain level in parenting. Because if you stop and think about it, anything we do in life has to do with stages. And then when you get to the point that your baby is no longer a baby and is now a small little toddler, the pain you got to deal with is because your toddler keeps getting hurt. You have to try to explain to that toddler why not to do what they just did to get hurt. And then also, in the end, what happens is that we also have a tendency to just forget for a split second, and we don't treasure those moments when that toddler is coming to us for assistance or a hug or some sort of affection. Then when you get to the years of a teenager, yeah, it's a little rough at first, but as long as you still focus on what you're trying to do, such as lay down the foundation so that way they can understand why things happen in the world and how they can solve each and every stage of their life. Once they get to be young adults, now that's where it gets a little sketchy, because again, as young adults, they believe that they can do whatever. And the reason why I always emphasize that I am not the same as my children is because when I became an early adult in my younger years, I actually grabbed my stuff and I moved out. I got my own place and everything was history after that. Now, obviously, people are going to talk. It doesn't matter. Because like I try to tell you from day one, is that you got to find what makes you happy. So I understand that things are difficult, but they're not impossible. It's just a matter of learning finances and figure out how things work. Wants and needs, learning the difference. So the thing is when they're young adults, what they end up doing is they claim that they can do everything on their own and rules should not apply anymore. Don't treat me like a kid. And that's where the arguments begin, because you're trying to teach your child, your young adult child, that life can be easy if you put your best foot forward. But if you're going to be doing things, with the safety net of, parents providing the roof over your head, the least you could do is acknowledge the rules and regulations that are in place for a reason. So young adults are going to fight you back, and the pain that you get at that point after a couple arguments, and it's not one of those where you disrespected each other, it's just literal arguments. What ends up happening is that all of a sudden you become a ghost. What's that mean? That means that you're going to come and go, days off, you're going to be doing your thing, and your child just doesn't want to come anywhere near your crosshairs, and it's just more one of those of ignoring you. And to me, that translates to ignorance, because I'm not saying that you should go over there and acknowledge your parents, but you do have to honor your parents. The way you honor your parents is by showing them respect, always. When I had my parents, I didn't like the things they said or how they raised me. But being a young teenager, I learned to understand that it's their house, their rules. And if I didn't like that, I get up my things and I just move out, which I did. But I don't understand as a parent where I'm failing, because if I give my child support and I'm trying to help them understand what's going on in the world, how am I all of a sudden tossed in the back burner? And those are questions that parents will always have. But I'm here to tell you that they're just different sorts of pains that you have to learn to endure. So again, remember, focus, patience, breathe it in, breathe it out. Don't stop, don't quit, keep moving forward.